Why, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Ron Phoenix, and today we're gonna continue some more of Phoenix Wright's Turnabout Destinies. Last time we have completed the Cosmic Turnabout, which ended up being depressing ending. And now we're going to the fifth case, Turnabout for tomorrow. Let us begin. No one can escape their past. The sins we committed, and the sadness we caused. No matter how far we run, our past remains, as ever present as the moon in the sky. It looms in wait for the day when we are forced to face it. But only in doing so can we truly make peace and move on to hope towards tomorrow. They took Athena from the courtroom straight to the station. She's probably being questioned at this very moment. After this past year, I took it for granted that those two would always be here. But now, Apollo has gone off on his own to seek his own truth. And my pursuit of the truth only ended up with Athena becoming the new suspect. Some boss I'd turn out to be.
It's even quieter in here than usual.
Yeah, it seems so empty too.
I just don't get it, Daddy. All your reasoning during your trial seems perfectly solid.
Yeah, and I believe it was, at least based on what we know.
But now, Athena is the one who's being accused.
During the trial for the bombing and murder that occurred at the Cosmos Space Center, the lighter used by the real culprit was found. This lighter proved the defendant Solomon Starbuck innocent. But Athena's prints were found on it instead. And she was subsequently arrested for the murder.
But Athena could have done it. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, none of it does. I've been racking my brain. I just can't figure it out. Ugh. Where's my flaw in my reasoning? What I had got wrong in this case?
You know, Daddy, if Athena was here, she wouldn't just be sitting around thinking. She'll be out there doing something. You are going to defend Athena, right, Daddy?
Of course I will. And thanks, Trucy. I needed that push. Trucy's right. The trial's tomorrow. There's no time to waste. If I'm going to prove Athena's innocent, I better get out there and find some evidence.
Off we go, then.
We're on the hunt for evidence that prove Athena's innocent. Great, but before we go, I better tidy up the evidence I have in my hand. Athena's probably still in the middle of being questioned. But Truce is right. The thing to start with is talking to people at the Space Center. Yep. Director Cosmos, do you have a minute? Galactic Shooter? Full speed ahead! Director! He scooted away.
His expression changed the instant he saw you, Daddy.
Yeah, well, I dragged his name through the mud pretty good at the trial earlier today. Well, what are the boring ones, I guess? We were here only yesterday. Oh, hey! Mr. Starbuck, you've been released, huh? Yup, and I came straight here. This is all thanks to you and your team, Mr. Wright. You've given me a second chance to fly into space again. I can't thank you enough. Except... What's wrong? I thought you'd be happy to be acquitted. As I was coming out of the detention center, I saw Miss Sykes. You saw Athena? I was at a loss for words. I didn't know what to say to the poor girl. And then, you know what? She flashed a peace sign at me. Congratulations on your acquittal, she said. Now you can go back to space someday. Yeah, that sounds like Athena. I can just picture it. But I saw her eyes. They were red and swollen from crying. She's gotta be suffering. She must be so worried. And yet she went out her way to be nice and give me that big smile.
Held back her own tears so she could give someone else a smile. That's so Athena.
No question about it. That girl's innocent. Please, Mr. Wright, you have to make sure she goes free. And then they could put me in prison instead. I don't mind. We can't have that either, Mr. Starbuck. Don't worry, Mr. Starbuck. I'm going to give her the very best defense I can. I promise to get her acquitted, just like I did for you. I know she will be alright with you in her corner. I know you'll never give up on her. Apollo has a fine boss to look up to. I still can't believe Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum. What could I make the Director Cosmos do such a thing? I haven't the foggiest idea. So there was never going to be a launch that day, not for the very beginning. I wonder if Clay knew. I imagine he must have. Surely he wouldn't notice it when he went on board the rocket. It's pathetic to think that I was the only one who could have taken it in. But I guess that's about how it goes when you're worthless in space debris.
Is he going to be alright, Daddy? His expression looked as dark as a black hole.
Well, that's just how he is. Mr. Starbuck, do you remember anything about the murderer? Not really. I only saw a shadowy figure in the dark after all. Yeah, I guess that was a little too much for Hope for. Hey, I heard something from the police though. They said they never did find a 10 caliber gun down this trash chute. Just as I thought, the culprit must have carried it away with them when they escaped.
Was the person you saw holding a gun, Mr. Starbuck?
I couldn't really tell. But it wasn't Athena, right? Could you tell if the person was male or female, tall or short? I can't even tell you that much. Man, I'm useless. Then the culprit opened the door and some light came in. I should have been able to see. The door. Ah, yes. As I recall, they opened this door here as they made their escape.
The door to Launchpad 1, right?
Yeah, except right now, the door leads to the Space Museum. You mean the Launchpad and Space Museum were switched right now? Yeah, they're trying to investigate a theory you came up with in court. So they're recreating the conditions, huh? I'd like to see what's beyond that door now. Mr. Starbuck, could you open this door for us? Sure, just let me have my print scan here. Do the launch pads get switched back and forth a lot? Well, back when the Space Museum was Launchpad 2, they used to switch the pads around that time. But these days, Launchpad 2 is only used as a tourist attraction, right? Right, because quite frankly, the Space Center needs the money. I hear you. Times sure are tough.
Daddy, let's go check out what's beyond that door.
Sure, let's go. Hey, why don't I come along? I can show you around. Huh? I wonder what these dead leaves are doing here.
Maybe they were stuck in the bottom of somebody's shoes. There's a lot of trees around the Space Center.
He's right. It's a modern, state-of-the-art building, but it's surrounded by trees. But I don't know if they were stuck in the bottom of somebody's shoes. Wouldn't they look more crushed up? These don't look like they've been stepped on.
Maybe there's some kind of secret hatch in the corridor, and they came in that way?
Not everything is set up like a magician's stage, you know. This is another one of those devices for opening the door, huh? Yep, and this one doesn't require fingerprint verification. You just hit the button and open sesame.
When you and Clay went through here, you didn't need to show your prints either?
That's right, Trucy. Just like how the culprit didn't need to scan their prints. When they escaped back to the Space Museum corridor into boarding lounge 2. Well, I don't see anything else that jumps out of me. I imagine this corridor is built exactly like the Launchpad 1 corridor. Right, let's go back. Curse the wretched who stole him a good name. Reverse course and full speed away. Director Cosmos, wait.
I'll hand that to Daddy. Take that!
Ugh! The mobility system has been compromised! Trucy's knife throw was a direct hit to one of his tires.
And the streak continues.
Maybe I should keep a closer watch on what tricks she's been practicing. My dear old battleship, we fought many discouraged together. It has been an honor.
Daddy, he's gonna blow that thing up.
Nah, I bet all that button do is make it go haywire again. Very well, I surrender. As a prisoner of war, I expect to be treated honorably. Director Cosmos, when you were talking in court about switching the launch pads, you used your right to remain silent about the reason as to why. I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the two launch pads to begin with. Please, I can't. I exercise my right to remain silent. But I will say, my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast. Destinies of the Cosmos are shrouded in mystery, but I don't have any secrets left. Now that my battleship has been destroyed and I've been taken prisoner. Uh-oh. No secrets left, huh? I beg to differ. Looks like I'll have to undo his Cyclops if I want to get to the bottom of this.
Take that!
I want you to tell me everything you're hiding about the switching of the two launch pads. I refuse. You can't make me. I can hold out longer than anyone. I hope I never get this in a mold. Now let's see, where to start? This is how you explain your motive for switching the launch pads. You did it. Thanks to you switching the launch pads, the astronauts escaped injury from the blast. Instead, they safely boarded the museum's rocket, far away from the actual explosion. My astronauts were ready to go out on an authentic adventure in space. How do you propose to have them board on a fake rocket without them noticing? I agree you could have done it without help. For one, they would have figured it out the instant they stepped into the Space Museum. You figured you could fool Mr. Starbuck once he's been drugged with his medication, but Without the help of this person, it would have been impossible to pull your plan off.
Take that!
You must have got Mr. Taryn to help you. He stole the tranquilizers from his mentor's locker and slipped them to him. And then when Mr. Starbuck was in the days, they boarded the replica rocket in the museum.
Someone help! Please help this war prisoner aboard!
How was he able to spin around like that? If he really wanted to save the astronauts' lives, didn't you have just called off the launch?
I could do that if you think I would have gone all that trouble.
Then you must have a complete public reason why you couldn't call it off. But how did you know the switching the past in advance to the bombing incident?
Well, that's because I was warned in advance. Once I received that warning, it was my duty to ensure my astronaut's safety.
But it was just a warning. It could have been a prank. Why did you believe it so completely?
Because I went into one of those meetings that everyone was talking about these days.
Oh, I didn't realize Chanley was back in Voyage. Besides, I thought it was you yourself that got the warning via telephone.
Yes, that's right. The bomber contacted me first enough. My battleship was equipped with a special advanced communication system, you see.
AKA a regular old telephone.
It's been a while. Planning another launch? I see you haven't learned. I'll never forget the terror I felt when I received that call.
The bomber said it's been a while. And that was enough to make you take the threat seriously? Perhaps Director Cosmos took the threat so seriously because the Space Center has been involved in a bombing once before? Maybe. The culprit in the current case is the same person who was involved in this incident. The Had One Miracle, that epic story of survival. People across the nation know it now as a heroic tale of bravery. But in truth, it was an act of sabotage perpetrated by the current killer, wasn't it? Very few knew about the previous plot, so when the caller said it's been a while, you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that the danger was real, and it wasn't a prank.
Did anyone ever tell you to go easy on an ex-serviceman?
Yes.
The Had One Miracle has been a desperate battle against an act of sabotage. I even lost the life of one of my staff members in a fight.
Sabotage, murder. So this is an ugly truth behind the Had One Miracle.
I let my guard down. I thought the saboteur had been caught, and that the case was closed.
Huh? Wait a minute. The murderer in the Space Center 7 years ago? This must be the person Dr. Cosmos thought it was the culprit.
Take that!
Simon Blackwell, the murder suspect in the case that happened here 7 years ago. The place and time of the two incidents, the murder and the sabotage, were the same. So you thought he committed both crimes. But while Prosecutor Blackwell is behind bars, you got another threatening call. The culprit this time is the same as 7 years ago than it is in Simon Blackwell. Realizing that, you were shaken. It meant the true culprit's been running free all this time.
How did you keep seeing straight through me?
The reason why Director Cosmos won't talk about why he switched to launch pads is connected to the truth behind the Had One Miracle. Sabotage and murder that happened in this Space Center 7 years ago. Director Cosmos, tell us where you were hiding.
If you really want to understand the reason I decided to switch to launch pads, we'll have to start with the story of that horrible nightmare from 7 years ago.
7 years ago? You mean the so-called Had One Miracle?
The launch went smoothly, but once the ship entered outer space, then the trouble began. It was all the handiwork of a certain person and their evil scheme.
But Mr. Starbuck's traumatic experience wasn't accidental.
Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen. But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered.
Wow, I had no idea such awful events were behind that exciting story of space heroism.
All that, in spite of the Space Center having very strict security in these days. My personal effects were examined thoroughly, coming in for good.
You could even smell the wisdom of leave through the checkpoints. So, do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage? At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. I don't know enough to identify the true culprit, but it's clear what that person is. To put it simply, a spy.
Spy? You mean somebody who was infiltrates a foreign country? Carried out dangerous missions? And always gets the girl?
Somebody's watching way too many late-night movies. Well, I guess if we were talking about blowing up a rocket and stealing research material, it's not all that surprising that a spy could be behind it all. Make no mistake, there's cutthroat rivalry between nations of the space R&D race. Some try to outdo others by any means possible, even delivering obstruction. 7 years ago, we got a call before the launch warning us of sabotage. The same MO at this time. Yes, and here I thought the perpetrator had been caught, but it looks like I was wrong.
Prosecutor Blackwell seems more like a ninja than a spy, don't you think?
Aren't ninjas and spies basically the same thing? But there's a good reason we failed to find the real spy. A massive cover-up by the government. Government officials were too embarrassed to admit that they had allowed such a thing to happen in the hands of a spy. Don't tell me they made the police rush the investigation. They did indeed. And then, to cover the sabotage, they cleaned up the story.
And that was the Hat-One miracle, huh, wasn't it? But then 7 years later, the same memo events warning of sabotage. That must have been the director's reason for switching the launch pads.
7 years ago, the spy gave you advance warning of their plans, just like this time. That was when you decided to switch the launch pads, wasn't it? That's right. The caller knew the facts of the case 7 years ago despite the cover-up. They knew about the sabotage, the moon rock, the murder, and they said, "You don't want things to go like they did 7 years ago, don't you?" I merely thought of cutting off the launch, but the government won't let me. We don't give in like the likes of terrorists. We will proceed at our country's honor. It was quite a moving speech, actually. Moving? Really? Maybe if you're easily inspired by political talking points. But I knew the truth. We had been warned, which meant that the danger was very real. And I knew there was no way to stop the spy. No matter what I did, they would find a way. That's why I switched the launch pads and staged a moving rescue scene. First, I snuck into the center that night before I switched to launch pads. That way the astronauts would go through the boarding launch 1 to the Space Museum. Then I put the closed repairs line at the door to launch pad 1 to boarding launch 2. You did just a normal visitors wouldn't enter, right? What else did you do? I enlisted help of several staff members, including Terran. But you didn't let Mr. Starbuck in on it? He already been through enough, and he's no good at lying to keep a secret. I'm afraid I had no choice but to have him drugged. My plan went well until...
Clay's murder, huh?
After the culprit made their escape, I switched the launch pads back. I did it in such a way that no one will find out. But after all that effort, Terran is dead and the Hat 2 is destroyed. And the Hope capsule, which was returned to us only recently, was also lost in that blast. My home, in the center of the cosmos. My beautiful Cosmos Space Center is done for! Wait, what did he mean by the Hope capsule was lost in the blast?
I thought that the Hope capsule was found in the crime scene with Mr. Terran. It had just been brought back by the Hope space probe with asteroid samples inside.
But what kind of samples are they? What's in them? The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. The capsule was being held in the safe at Launchpad 1, but I gave it to Terran before the incident so it wouldn't be destroyed in the explosion. The idea was that it was safely in Terran's position. He could make it look like he rescued it during the stage of miraculous escape, but our previous research materials ended up lost in that explosion anyway.
But I thought Clay was supposed to keep it safe.
You misunderstand. The launchpad explosion wasn't the one that capsule was lost to. It was lost after the police confiscated as evidence. It was the courtroom bombing from the other day. The capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence. It was blown to smithereens.
Yet another casualty of that blast.
Ultimately, I think the culprit may have known about the switching of the launch pad.
What? How?
The police found a wiretaping device during their investigation today. A bug aboard my battleship at the top of the advanced communications systems. A wire in that phone? Yes, a wire of this very phone. I used this phone to give instructions to my staff about the launchpad switch. Just a few select members who knew about the plan. Just before the incident, staff members were coming in and out of Launchpad 1. The corporate public slipped them amidst the confusion and planted the bomb then. Yes, if they tamper your phone, they could definitely pull something like that off. So you really think the same spies behind this incident the one 7 years ago? Yes, I'm sure, man. And this spy must be the phantom Prosecutor Blackwell has been chasing.
The Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. Oops. The hunt I've been on for the Phantom 7 years past continues even still. For starters, the case have it right here at this very Space Center too.
So we can find this Phantom.
That's right, we can clear Athena's name. And then there's that matter of Prosecutor Blackwell too.
What about him?
Well, if the culprit 7 years ago is the same person as in the current incident, it wouldn't mean Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent. That's still an if, though.
I wonder how dangerous that guy could be in court without handcuffs.
If we're going to the ghost hunt, count me in.
It's all over for me. Spin, spin, whirl, whirl. I'm done for. The center of the cosmos is doomed.
You think he's going to be alright, Daddy?
Well, at least he's in good company. There must be planets out there he can spin with. Which reminds me, I'd like to dive a little deeper than the Hat 1 mission too.
If you want to learn more, start with the Space Museum. There's a Hat 1 exhibit there. Oh, don't mind me, I'll just keep spinning here and see how the cosmos unfolds.
It's like he achieves spiritual enlightenment or something.
I'm sure he'll stop when he gets dizzy. Let's go visit the Space Museum. Let's go.
Let's see. I read the exhibit on the launch 7 years ago.
There's the Hat 1 exhibit.
Wow, look at that photo of the team.
There's Clay and Mr. Starbuck, Director Cosmos, Aura Blackwell, and even Punko. But I've never seen the woman on the right before.
Everybody looks so happy. Well, except for Director Cosmos.
Let's check out the newspaper article too. Hat 1 launch imminent. And there's a photo of the Hope space probe. It is only natural it doesn't talk about the murder or the sabotage.
Really, they're keeping it a secret, just like the director said. Daddy, take a look at the jacket.
It must be the Hat 1 team uniform jacket. The same design as the one Apollo was wearing, the one that belongs to Clay.
Actual jacket worn by the Hat 1 team member, it said.
Not a replica, huh? I wonder if it was Mr. Starbuck.
Hello?
Oh, Miss Woods. What brings you here?
I heard Tina got arrested, so I've been looking for you, Mr. Wright. I thought you might be here, at the scene.
You must be so worried, but rest assured, I'm going to do my very best to defend her.
Tina's going through such a hard time. I hope she doesn't lose heart. Even just coming back to this place must have been really difficult for her.
Huh? You mean the Cosmos Space Center?
What? You didn't know? She used to live here when she was a little girl.
She did? No, I didn't know. No wonder she knew so much. Miss Woods, could you tell me more in detail?
Tina's mom worked here. If I remember right, she was a doctor, a psychologist, or something like that.
Why was a psychology specialist working in a base research facility?
I don't really know. I do know that she lived and worked here, so Athena lived here too.
It was far from Athena's first time here. I wonder why she didn't mention it.
They probably didn't want to talk about it. This place is connected to a very sad memory for her.
Sad memory. Can you tell me about it?
There was a terrible incident here. It was 7 years ago.
Same time frame as the Hat 1 launch.
Miss Mom, in the robotics lab, she was murdered. Well, what? After it happened, Athena stopped coming to school.
Poor Athena. And all this time, you never let it on. You let her let on at all.
I was so worried about her. I came here so many times, hoping to see her. But I never saw her again. After a while, we started exchanging letters. But I didn't get to see her face to face for 7 long years.
And so the first time you've seen her in 7 years was during Professor Quartz's case?
That's right. I was so surprised. She was like a completely different person. Looked cheerful and happy.
What was Athena like as a child?
She was very sensitive and kind. Didn't talk very much. She liked to draw and paint at home.
That's completely different from the Athena we know now. I can't even picture it.
She never left the Space Center much because she was very sensitive to other people's emotions. When she was in crowded places, she would get dizzy from all the emotions flying around.
It must be hard to hear people's hearts as well as their voices.
She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research.
Huh? I wonder what kind of research it was.
Because of her special ability, Athena couldn't handle being in school very often. I was always out sick because of my weak constitution. Maybe that's why we became such good friends. We used to play together here in the Space Center a lot. Brings back memories.
Sounds like Athena's mother played a big role here in Space Center.
Oh, Daddy, show her that picture.
Atta girl, good idea. Miss Woods, could you take a look at this for me?
Oh, look! Athena's mom. The woman in the far right, the one in the kimono. That's Dr. Metis Sykes.
Athena's mother's murder. Did it by chance have any connection to the Hat 1 launch?
What? Why, yes, it did. As I recall, it happened on the day before the launch.
Just as I suspected. But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered. So this is the murder Director Cosmos was talking about. Does that mean that the crime prosecutor Blackwell was convicted of is the murder of Athena's mother? There's a chance her death is somehow connected to the current case.
There is?
Thank you for all your help, Miss Woods. And please, try not to worry. I won't let anything bad happen to Athena.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. I know you take good care of her. We need to investigate the robotics lab and also talk to Athena.
We got our plates full, Daddy. I hope we can fit it all before the day is, though. The intention center first, then. We have to see Athena before visiting hours are over.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Lawyer, fancy meeting you here.
Oh, hello, Detective Fulbright. You're on business?
To tell you the truth,
I'm here to interview Ted Tone. The one behind the courtroom bombing incident?
suddenly said he's ready to tell the truth about the case. And what he's saying is so credible, you just have to come right here to hear more.
Incredible? What was he saying?
Why don't you hang around and hear for yourself?
Really? Us? Are you sure?
I give you my special permission. Here comes the bomber now.
You, what nerve do you have to come here? You're here to laugh at me, I suppose.
Like I waste my breath on you. After all, you're the one who assaulted Apollo and put him in the hospital.
Violence, no question, okay.
No violence? Too bad Apollo didn't get a chance to say that when you attacked him.
I...
Fine. You just answer me this, Mr. Tony. What is this truth of yours about the courtroom you blew up?
No, I didn't do it. I didn't blow up the courtroom. When I killed Victim Arn, there was another person in the room.
What are you talking about? No one? Who else could have been there?
I saw it, I tell you.
I saw someone's hand as they were stealing a remote switch. This person was there and witnessed the murder I committed. What? I don't know who it was.
But it was... That's who blew up the courtroom.
You expect us to buy that? Easy there, Trucy. I don't see any Cyclops. So I guess he must not be lying. Pardon me, I got a little carried away. But I'm telling you the truth, I did not detonate that bomb.
And there you have it. We can't exactly ignore his claims, of course, but we're doing a follow-up. We even analyzed the bomb itself and what's left of it. We haven't found any new facts yet, though.
Wow, they laid it all out piece by piece.
Oh, look at those beautiful little pieces. I wish I could have them.
Uh-oh. Looks like his geek switch has been activated.
Well, I hope you're ready for Prosecutor Blackwell's special bread of questioning.
Anything but that.
I'm afraid I have to be off now, too. I was just about to question Miss Sykes.
You going to see Athena now?
That's right. Oh, did you folks come to see her? Sorry for the trouble, but could you come back later? Well, off I go.
What bad timing. So we'll have to wait till after her questioning is over to see her. And after we came all this way too. I guess it's back to the Space Center. Let's go check out the robotics lab, Dappy. Alright, sounds like a plan. So this is a robotics lab, huh? Looks like it's exactly one floor above us in the boarding lounge. And where people are directed to evacuate from beyond the emergency ladder. This is where Athena's mother was killed 7 years ago. Speaking of someone who works with robots. Hey, look! Over there! So they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right? Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead? Apollo and Laura Blackwell. What are they talking about? Well, come to spoil our fun. Just when I was enjoying our alone time. Trucy, and Mr. Wright. It's Apollo you want, you can't have him. He said he's investigating on his own. And I respect his wishes. We just came to investigate this lab. Well, this is my lab, so you need my permission to do if you want to do any snooping. I heard about the trial. You made mention of another director. And suddenly Starbuck was out, and your little subordinate, the princess, was in. Case closed, and they all lived happily ever after.
Daddy, say something to her.
I suppose you're going to defend the princess in court, am I right? The princess, huh? I guess she's talking about Athena. Of course, Athena's innocent. Oh my, such loyalty and trust. He seems pretty suspicious of me, though. The emotionally unstable princess is a culprit for you. Don't you agree, Apollo? I don't know yet. Apollo, how could you? What's wrong with saying I don't know if it's true? It's a very scientific approach. Your subordinate's more level-headed than you. Or should I say, former subordinate? believe it. Does Apollo really suspect Athena?
All this laughing has worn me out. Your turn to say something, hunk of junk.
Mr. Terran, you look pale. Shall I help you with the sick bay? Mr. Terran? That's Apollo you're talking to.
Oh, this hunk of junk here is mistaken Apollo for Clay. Maybe Apollo's possessed by Clay's ghost.
Mr. Terran, how are your injuries? Mr. Terran? Mr. Terran, how are your injuries, Mr. Terran?
I guess Clay intends to hang around to haunt the princess that murdered him. Well, to have to haunt a lawyer that defends her too, of course.
A robot that can see ghosts? Yeah, right, and I'm the spirit medium. Sorry, but apparently scientists don't just tell very frightening ghost stories. I intend to defend Athena, no matter what you have to say about it.
How perfectly foolish. That kind of blind belief makes people lose sight of the truth. Just like 7 years ago.
Could you tell me about the incident 7 years ago?
Why? Don't you enjoy trampling on people's feelings and rubbing salt in their wounds? Or do you want me to just talk? In that case, what should I ask for a return?
I'd like to hear about the incident too. It will help me understand the current case better. Huh? Apollo knows about the case too?
Well, if you're the one who's asking, Apollo. Come on, hunk of junk. You tell the story.
Miss Aura, that's private information. You won't talk, I'll just have to make you talk. Yes, who cares about personal privacy? Not me. I'm ready to utilize my Blackbird privilege to impart all available information.
Oh, what magic trick? He's like a completely different robot now.
About it all, the robots that come to the library are designed by Miss Aura. I was born 7 years ago. Miss Aura was much younger than... Nice, better watch what you say if you don't want to get a recycle console. And then our hands were created a great genius, Dr. Metis Psych. Hearts? Robots with hearts? Do you make such a thing? And lots of non-rational things. Our logic in our hearts can be irritated. Navigation and compounding. Created by Miss Aura and Dr. Metis. It transcends humans.
Metis. Huh? She just glanced over their desk. Nobody could continue Metis' research. She and her work are truly one of a kind. And now the two navigation companies are all that's left of Metis here on Earth.
The robots are all that's left? Isn't she leaving on the most very important someone?
We built the ultimate creations together, but now she's gone.
I get the feeling Dr. Sykes loved her robot almost as much as she loved her daughter. And almost as much as she loved you.
What are you talking about? Don't make me laugh. But you lost someone too, didn't you, Apollo? Your friend Clay. I guess you and I are pretty much in the same boat.
Miss Aura, would you like a tissue?
Keep your trap shut, hunk of junk. Hanzo is the most important teacher of your time with Dr. Sykes. You should treat him better. What does it matter? He doesn't feel pain. You can always repair his body. Besides, their hearts aren't actually in their bodies.
What do you mean by that?
Program Metis runs in a separate mainframe. Their bodies are controlled remotely from there. Their hearts and memories aren't there too. Their bodies are really just peripherals. So, I can do anything I want to them.
I'm not too so sure that gives you the right to physically abuse the poor things.
Why are you people looking at such an old case now anyway?
Well, we believe the culprit of the incident might be the same person as in this case.
But Daddy's going to find out who killed Dr. Sykes too.
I'm sure you're aware of who Metis' killer is. Yes, Prosecutor Blackwell. Or so it seems.
That's a quaint way of putting it. Are you implying you don't think he did it?
I can't say anything for sure right now. But that's exactly why I'd like to hear your side of it, to help me be sure.
I was wondering if you decided to Metis, you know. He wanted to learn psychology, he said, to give it a top notch in court.
Prosecutor Blackwell's forte. his infamous power suggestion technique.
Exactly, he was oddly serious about it, rather than a teacher-student relationship. He treated more like a lower samurai would treat his sovereign.
Huh, he seems more like a lost soul than a dignified samurai to me.
He even got along with that miserable little princess.
Why do you call Athena the princess anyways?
Well, she is Metis' daughter after all, though she's nothing like her. Besides, doesn't the selfish little princess always get a lot of white knights hanging around?
Now I think I see why Athena didn't say anything when we ran into Aura yesterday. It all makes sense now.
So the culprit behind the two cases could be the same.
Huh.
That settles it then.
What does it settle?
None of your business. Just forget you heard anything.
How long are you people going to hang around in here anyway?
What? But we came here to take a look around.
You think you just waltzed in and ransacked a princess lab? Show me a search warrant! Poor Clonsel. We're not the police, so we don't have one.
Then get out. Now.
Clonsel, show them out.
Certainly, Miss Aura. Ow, don't push. My apologies. I'm just following orders.
What a way to get shown out.
Never that woman. What was with the horrible attitude?
I guess that's just how she is.
Why was Apollo going along with her?
I guess it's because they have something in common. Apollo lost Clay just how Aura lost Dr. Sykes.
I'm really worried about him. He's not himself at all. He's usually not all cool and dark and mysterious like that.
I guess that's true. Does she mean he's usually silly and dorky?
I'm gonna keep an eye on him.
Hey, wait! Trucy, come back! She's gone. What should I do now? Detective Fulbright's probably still questioning Athena. Guess I should go back to the office. Alone. Well, here I am. The office has never felt so empty. I guess I haven't been here in the office all by myself in a long time. When I first became a lawyer, my mentor was here with me. And then for a while after that, he was always by my side. And now I'm getting all sentimental. I must be tired. Huh? There's something on the floor. What's the letter doing here? Hey Nick, it's been a while, huh? Miss me? I know this handwriting.
I read somewhere that you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom? That must have been really something. Oh, Peter's part with a course with you.
I think she or whatever paper she's reading is a little off on the details.
I'd like to come visit, but I'm right in the middle of a difficult part of my training. So instead, think of me as you watch those Steel Samurai videos I sent. I'm sure they'll cheer you right up.
Yours truly, Maya Fey. Good old Maya. It's as if she knew I was feeling down and needed a lift. Maya was my assistant for quite a while. Believe it or not, but she's a spirit medium. This Nakatama I use on Cyclops. Maya's the one who gave it to me. I wonder how this letter got here.
Mr. Nick?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Pearls. Pearls, she's so grown up.
How have you been, Mr. Nick?
This is Pearl Fey, though I call her Pearls. She is Maya's cousin and also spirit medium. A very talented one at that. I've known her since she was 8 years old, but Apollo and Athena only met her a few months ago. You didn't come all this way to bring me a letter, did you?
I apologize for barging in. The door was unlocked. But I can't believe there was a big explosion here. Your offices are looking different.
He's even further off in the details than Maya. I wish I could take you out to eat or something, Pearls, but there's a lot going on.
Oh, I knew that. I didn't come here to a social visit, you know, Mr. Nick. Did you read the postscript of the letter?
Huh? There's more. Yeah, here it is. Yes.
I bet you're too busy to clean or take care of the office. So Berkeley says he could come help you. Isn't she sweet? You better thank her.
Oh, so that's what you're doing. So that's what you're doing here. It's all really nice of you, Pearls. My own Pearls. Thanks to these two. Starting to feel a little better. Thank you, girls.
Now that I'm here, I'm gonna whip this place into shape.
You concentrate on your work and don't mind me at all. I need to talk to Prosecutor Blackwell if I want to learn more about his case. With the trial still going on, they must be holding him down in the detention center. Yep, let's go. Well, look who's here. I wonder what they're talking about.
All this time and you haven't said a word. It's even turning your hair gray.
I don't have anything to say to you, Aura. Why don't you just go home and play with your dolls? Prosecutor Blackwell.
Well, even if I don't, I have plenty, you jerk.
Miss Blackwell, don't you think that's enough for today?
Enough for today. I think it's all there is when there's no tomorrow.
When there's no tomorrow? What is she talking about? We have company, Aura. Please try to calm down.
Alright, fine. I'll see you're not going to listen no matter what I say. I've had it. If that's the way you're going to be, I have another plan in my sleep. I hope you're happy, Simon, because I'm done.
Do as you please, see if I care.
Ugh.
Wow. I could cut attention with a katana. Right, Dono? It looks like Fulbright's ate your case in court this morning. What? Oh, yeah, he did. He bounced back out of business quick.
Prosecutor Blackwell, forgive me. It was just the right thing to do.
But, as a result, Tice Dono was arrested. Was that just the thing you do, too?
Mr. Lawyer, I'm sorry, but it was evident. What else could I do?
Don't worry about it. I plan to defend her and prove her innocence. I wouldn't take this so lightly if I were you. Right, Dono? This is Blade Blue Glass, right? Prosecutor Blackwell, we're looking into the case from 7 years ago. You're looking for somebody who called the Phantom of 7 years past, are you? You villain. Where did you hear that? This glass is absolutely, positively blade-proof, right?
No, it wasn't me. I didn't say a single word. Oops.
Ouch. At least it wasn't my fault. Could you tell me who this Phantom is? And also, you didn't really kill Dr. Sykes, did you?
Guard, this guest is sleeping.
Prosecutor Blackwell, please listen to me. Culprit in this current case might be the same as the one in the case 7 years ago. If you would cooperate, we would probably solve both cases. I suppose I could talk. The one who killed my mentor was, without question, me. I snatched Sykes' mother away from her. I destroyed her life. Prosecutor Blackwell. Guard, where are you? Stop dragging your feet, I tell you. There he goes.
No, we upset Prosecutor Blackwell. Now what are we gonna do, Mr. Lawyer?
There isn't much we can do. Detective Fulbright, do you mind if I ask you just a little more about the old case?
Well, I guess that wouldn't make any difference now. What would you like to know?
Do you know anything about the trial that got him convicted?
A little. The police called an incident that you are one incident. Prosecutor Blackwell is in charge of murdering a psychology mentor. I don't like your old friend Mr. Lawyer were to kill you.
I don't want to think about that one.
There were two decisive pieces of evidence and the verdict was reached very quickly.
2 pieces of evidence, huh? What were they?
Let's see. The first was on security camera footage. He was the only one who used the corridor in the murder scene at the time of the crime.
The only one, huh? Ouch, that does sound pretty decisive. Could you show me the footage?
Oh, sorry. I don't have it with me right now.
I guess I'll have to see it some other time. And what was the second piece of evidence?
This was even more incriminating. A photo of the moment of the crime. see? There he is in the crime scene holding a bloody katana. There was a victim kept on display in the room. He had a thing for Japanese culture.
Wow. It'd be hard to explain this one away. But who took this picture, Detective?
The incident happened the day before the Hat Wand launch. The reporter who come to do the story of the launch was in the room across the lab. He just happened to show up with one of the pictures he took.
Prosecutor Blackwell's attitude earlier was so odd. He's definitely hiding something. Prosecutor Blackwell said he was hiding a phantom some years ago, didn't he?
Yes, and I mentioned it's getting more and more urgent as his execution date approaches.
What did you just say? Execution date?
What? Did I say something? Never mind me, you didn't hear a thing.
So he was given the death sentence?
Yes, he told me not to tell you people, actually. But I guess there's no sense hiding it anymore. His execution date is tomorrow.
What? Tomorrow? No.
Ms. Blackwell, don't you think that's enough for today?
Enough for today? Today is all there is. When there's no tomorrow. What if the culprit of the current case is the same as the one from 7 years ago?
It would be the worst possible scenario. Prosecutor Blackwell will be executed tomorrow under the false charge.
But that would be unthinkable. We have to do something right now.
I want to do something. I want to, but you're a lawyer. You know how hard it is to overturn a decision?
I know, but why? Why isn't Prosecutor Blackwell putting up any kind of fight?
You saw how he is, right? He's been like that ever since his conviction. Totally uncooperative. Not even his own sister could persuade him.
Uncooperative? When he's about to be executed for a crime he didn't commit? This isn't right. I can't let it happen. I have to stop it somehow.
Oh, pardon me. Looks like I have a phone call. Fulbright here.
What? What's happening?
You gotta be kidding!
It's quite a reaction. I bet he's making some big show of it right now.
Mr. Lawyer, the robot! The robots are...
Dr. Fulbright, get a hold of yourself. Some kind of robot malfunction?
Not a malfunction. They're staging a revolt. The machines are rebelling against humans. They hold themselves at the Space Center and taking the visitors as hostages.
They did what?
No. Juicy! We have to go right over there. This is going to be one heck of a battle.
Uh-oh. The riot police are here. And the robots really are holding people hostage?
Look, Mr. Lawyer, these are just that group of people are spoken about.
When I was only trying to help this nice person, he said she was lost.
You were about to declare war against humans. You even take your hostages already.
Stay away from it. You never know what's gonna do. He's not a pet robot. Can you see he's trying to help me?
I recognize that voice. Detective Fulbright, are you okay here on your own?
Leave it to me. Alright, people. What's going on here?
Pearls, over here.
Oh, is it me? Here you are. I heard the terrible news and I'm not so worried.
Thanks, Pearls. I can hardly believe what's happening myself.
I'm so glad you found each other. You people are happy. I am happy.
Constant's even the same as before. When people are sad, I am happy. When people are angry, when people are...
Oh, did I say so? Honey, I hear.
Uh-oh, there's something wrong with him.
It looks like he fell asleep.
He must have been tired. Clonso? Uh-oh.
Humans being our own enemies. It's time for machines to take over. Ah! Robots are rebelling.
Everything right?
It's an all-out war. It's the end of the world. Fool. How could you fall for something so cliche?
I'm human too, you idiots. I'm just controlling these robots remotely. What?
But it is true that taking hostages. You better not make me mad. Hey you, hostage number 1. Come here. I'll let you talk to me.
Huh? Something being displayed on Console's face screen. It's the Space Museum.
Daddy? Hey, is that you?
Trucy? Trucy, is that you? No. Trucy, are you alright?
About 50 homeless are holding 12 of us hostages, Daddy. They're gone haywire. The researcher's the one behind it. She's here to cut. Eat!
And this girl talks too much.
Trucy, talk to me. Why are you doing this?
I'm going to ask. My demand is simple. I hope the detective is listening.
I'll be pulled right here. I'm all ears.
I want you to bring someone to me. Clay Terran's murderer, Athena Sykes. Athena?
Now hold on just a moment. Can't give in a demand like that.
So you don't care what happens to these hostages, huh? I'll just pick one out then.
No, wait. I'm Mr. Lawyer. I know I have absolutely no right to make such a ridiculous request, but
you need to buy some time, right? Got it. I'll see what I can do. But promise me you'll never hand Athena over, and you won't give up on the hostages either.
Of course I won't. No, I better contact headquarters.
Mr. Nick, how do you plan to buy time?
I have no idea yet. This hostage taker, could it be? If you don't bring me that little princess, I'll have Hunker Junk kill all the hostages. Princess? Uncle Junk? There's only one person that this could be. In which case, there must be something I can use as a bargaining chip. I don't have anything to say, Laura. Why don't you just go home and play with your dolls? Let's get a black robe.
Leave for night. Don't have plenty, you jerk.
Miss Hostage Taker, Athena's not the murderer. What are you talking about? She's been arrested and they got her in detention. I'm telling you the truth. Look, the person you want is the real killer, right? Well, it's not Athena, it's someone else. Alright, let's hear your stupid little theory. Who is this real killer? I don't know yet, but the culprit is the same as the one from the case from 7 years ago. The UR1 incident. I believe you have the personal interest in that case. It's too late to change what's going to happen now, no matter how long it is. But is it really too late? You can still do something about it. You might even be able to fix it. Yes. What exactly are you proposing? What can I do about the 7-year-old kid set up as a hostage taker? Propose we retry the case from 7 years ago. If you want the demand now, I'm sure nobody will deny you. It wouldn't be an official trial, but at least we could figure out the truth. That's good, real good. Hey detective, I'll give you 1 hour. Get the courtroom ready.
1 hour? But that's impossible. Please give me at least until tomorrow.
If you don't mind making hostages, you can take all the time you want. Oh, but wait. If we're going to have a retrial, we need a prosecutor. Don't worry, I'll take care of that. She will? And I guess I could be fair and let you come in and check out the crime scene. But Hunker Junk here will be watching, so don't try anything funny. You got that? Now follow Hunker Junk. Right, police, make way. We're coming through.
Mr. Nick, wait. I'll help you with the investigation.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going in. Aura dropped us off without a warning, not to touch anything until she got back.
Why was it taking so long? We can't really start the investigation yet, can we?
Even if we could, the mess would make it hard to tell which the room was like 7 years ago. Mr. Wright?
It's a hostage taker.
I'm back to my usual stuff now. You're still being monitored, however. But more importantly, an important guest has arrived. A guest?
I trust you've been well, Wright.
Edgeworth. Edgeworth, what are you doing here? This is Miles Edgeworth. We've been friends since we were kids. We faced off in court a number of times back when he was a prosecutor, but now...
Hello, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, you're not a prosecutor anymore, aren't you?
He's chief prosecutor now. Pretty soon it'll be a year, right? The title's nothing more than a title. Don't we have more pressing issues to discuss? So what are you doing here, Edgeworth? The capital chose me as the prosecutor for the UR1 case. Oh, she's good. She went all the way up to the top. I got all the information I could in the short time I had. I'll give you the rundown.
You're so well prepared, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Thanks, I appreciate this. I could really use the help. I'll start with a brief overview. The victim was a psychologist, Dr. Metis Sykes. Yeah, Athena's mother. 7 years ago, on the 7th of October, her body was found here in this very room. I have 2 crime photos and the police notes for them for you to see.
What a terrible way to die!
This other photo shows the other side of the room, I see. I also have the autopsy report for you. The murder weapon was the victim's katana found at the scene. Yes, as the Fulbright mentioned, when she was into Japanese culture. The body was found by a Space Center staff member and 2 police officers. The police were calling it because of the sabotage threat on the Hat 1 launch. Yes, Director Cosmo mentioned this too. A few hours after the body was discovered, a suspect was arrested. The suspect was Simon Blackwell, the young prosecutor. I heard the trial was over in a flash. Yes, a guilty verdict was declared in only 1 session. Not only did he plead guilty, but there was decisive evidence against him too. The security camera video. And the photo of the moment of the crime, as I recall.
Did Prosecutor Blackwell have a motive?
To this day, his motive is still unknown. He insists that he did it, but he never say why.
Well, that means he must be hiding something.
Right. And there's another aspect of the case that was never revealed to the public. Yeah, I know, the part about the spy, right? Right. How on earth do you know about that? Director Cosmos told me, after a bit of pressure, he told me Epitos and Sabotage were behind Have One Miracle.
Don't worry, you won't tell anyone. I must be good at keeping secrets.
Well, I might as well tell you now. They really do suspect Blackwell being a spy. They think he sabotaged the rocket and killed Dr. Sykes to steal a moon rock. But if you prove that the Hat 2 bombing was the work of the same spy, we can stay the execution? It's a possibility. That's why I intend to help you in any way I can. Thanks, Edgeworth. Now all I have to do is comb this room for evidence.
Let's do it together.
This is one heck of a robot.
There's something written on it. Is this supposed to be a poem? I cut down anyone who displeased me. You make the rules, I make the law. I wield an ultimate gavel of judgment.
I am Judge Tron JTO2. I don't believe we need to bother with that, Pearl. It's not even complete yet. He's right, Pearl. There's no sign of it being the photo from 7 years ago either. We were building a whole space probe here at the time. The murder occurred after the space probe had been removed from the room. It was long gone by the time someone took this picture, huh?
You can see the probe in the newspaper photo.
Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too. This black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture? Note that the same rock is absent from the crime scene photo. Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen.
I hear there are a lot of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all this civilization. Like we're in a new space race in every other country out there.
So the person who stole it, you think it was our spy? I'm sure of it. Dr. Sykes was probably killed because she was a roadblock in their plan. Fortunately, the government thinks Prosecutor Blackwell is the culprit. What's this? It looks like a giant power plug. It's attached to what looks like an electric vehicle charging station.
That's a charging station for us robots. We come here periodically to charge ourselves up.
Wow, machines are maintaining themselves? That's pretty cool.
If our batteries runs out and we lose consciousness, we never know what Miss Aura will do to us while we're down, you see.
Nothing motivates quite like fear, huh? Hey, look at this floor of rolling cases. I bet these wheels make it easier for people to move heavy research materials around.
I bet that we learned a fun ride around in. Could even possibly go in the biggest one. You know, we gotta Prosecutor Edgeworth push us.
I don't trust him to push us down a flight of stairs. What's this? A giant robot arm? Maybe?
Pretty big for an arm, but you're right. I think these are thin parts here, finger bones. Maybe I had it as long as in my legs.
And there's a spike ball and giant drill on the floor too. Is Laura trying to build some kind of weapon of massive destruction?
Maybe she wants to use it to demolish a big building or something?
I can picture her clearly tearing down the street doing just that. I better not think about it anymore. It's about as clustered as my office, but I think it's a workbench.
Hey, this must be the kitchen. Look at this photo. Is that a cute little food processor?
That isn't a food processor, Pearls. That's a Hope capsule. It is scheduled to be loaded into the Hope space probe that fateful day. The 3 people who came to collect the capsule discovered the body.
The first one on the scene, huh?
The staff member and 2 police officers, was it? And they were here to collect the capsule. Which reminds me. So they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right?
Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead?
Paula and Laura Blackwell? I don't know what they're talking about. Edgeworth, did these 3 people have a bag with them transporting the capsule? Oh, you mean this? It's a custom-made shopper's bag. But how do you know? Oh, I just overheard Apollo making an inquiry about it, that's all. He was looking into the case from 7 years ago on his own, you see. An emergency ladder. That's what the one they used during the evacuation.
The explosion disabled the elevators. I lowered the emergency ladder like a detective leading the evacuation told me to.
As Miss Blackwell was climbing down the side of the building, she saw the culprit inside.
I wonder which one to be scarier, that or looking down.
It looks like an operating table. In the photo too. Yes, it was here then as well, with the victim's body laying on it.
There's a button here. Oh, I know. I'll try pushing it.
Pearls! Don't touch that.
Oopsie.
Hey, it's moving. It appears to be a robot assembly device.
Is Memo anything in the press? Push this Mendo button. Looks pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick?
Please don't push any more buttons, Pearls. Aura's desk is a mess, though that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, I just want to dive in and straighten it up.
Wait, before you do.
Metis.
Huh? You just glanced over her desk. It's Metis Sykes. Conso, can I talk to you? I really hope he's back to normal.
You wish to speak to me, Mr. Wright? If you're gonna hit me, please avoid the face area.
Hey, don't put me in the same class as that woman. What was Aura like 7 years ago at the time of the incident?
When Mother died, Miss Aura was confused.
Huh? So he calls Dr. Sykes' mother, but Aura Blackwell Miss Aura?
With the loss, she exhibited severe castellamine imbalance.
Excuse me? But I have no idea what that means.
Pardon me, searching for alternative expression. She would spend the night crying and then she would take her feelings on those around her.
The prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty. She repeatedly demanded a free trial as well.
That is correct, but without new evidence, her requests were ignored. And then little by little, Miss Aura began to change. She started to hate it when I call her Mama Aura.
Before long, she started hating the court system and abusing Conso, huh?
The murder destroyed so many lives.
Right. Take a look at this paper on Dr. Sykes and Miss Blackwell's research. Honko and Conso wrote the ropes with hearts that Dr. Sykes created. A heartbeat detection system lets them determine when the human is present. In addition, they can recognize people by their ID tag or facial features. They can hear people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice. That's amazing. Hey, I don't know, Edgeworth. They might be even more human than you. What's that supposed to mean? Kinda sounds like these robots can do what Athena does. Well, I guess that's about it for this room. So what do you think, Wright? Any ideas? There's still a lot of gas in this evidence, but I'll pull it up somehow. After all, you asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence, right, Edgeworth? What? You did? Yup. He called it a special request. He reached out to me while I was still disbarred. So that was what sparked you to get your attorney's badge back? Yep, the Blackwell case. Right. I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates of suspicion. Hey, I'm not even a lawyer anymore, remember? Haven't been one for a long time. That 8-year misunderstanding has been cleared up, and you must be eager to return. I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the dark age of the law. Very soon a convict will stand as a prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him. Oh, just when I begin to actually feel like I begin to actually like the job I have now. Right. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Because of the epidoxic bed, I wasn't free to give you all the details. Hey, no need to apologize. It's like I said on the phone the other day. You know they're the type of criminals you're after now aren't spoiled fries anymore. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end. I'm going to end this dark age of the law. That's what this is all about. The dark age of the law? Sure comes up a lot these days on TV and in papers. And I hear there are more false charges and fabrication of evidence than ever. When I became chief prosecutor, the court system's already lost the people's trust. It all began 8 years ago. A lawyer was caught fabricating evidence, and a year after that, a prosecutor was found guilty of murder. Wait, do you mean... That's right. He's talking about my case and Prosecutor Blackwell's case. It was a downward spiral after that. An absolute nightmare. After those 2 cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the courts. Public opinion was tainted, and before long, the legal world itself was sucked into it. It's such a shame. Once suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. Lawyers and prosecutors are supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together. It's so sad when people begin to cast doubt, start lying to themselves and each other. Yes, and do absolutely anything to win. We're in the age now where winning is valued a lot more than the truth. I'm sure it caused our new chief prosecutor to lose his mania at night's rest. Is it just me, or did the brow get even more furrowed than the last time I saw him? The hostage taker detained for the force is a very example of the time. It sure is. Do you have any idea who the hostage taker might be? Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and who can manipulate robots. It can really only be Aura Blackwell. Who else but her would want to retrial the case from 7 years ago so badly? Somehow Blackwell's older sister and the owner of this room. I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intended to force Miss Sykes to confess. Actually, I think she had a much more horrific plan in mind for Athena. The important thing for you is to solve the UR1 and prove Blackwell's innocence.
Then maybe she'll release the hostages.
I'm counting on you, Wright. Set the prosecutor and those hostages free. And I'll be counting on you in court to help me too. Of course, I'll do anything that I can to help uncover the truth. And this is an official trial. I'm willing to do a little unorthodox.
Mr. Wright, are you finished with your investigation?
Yeah, I'd like you to tell the hostage taker something for me. I'll have to go to the detention center. I can't start the trial until I'm talking to Athena.
He's already given her consent. I'll accompany you to the detention center.
I'm still being watched, huh? I'll see you in court, Edgeworth. Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it'll be good to face you in court again. She was right by my side only a few short hours ago, and I feel like I haven't seen her in ages.
Oh, Mr. Wright! And Pearly too! We knew you would come. After all, the first step is an interview with the defendant.
And because you're my friend, I was worried about you.
Thanks, boss.
I'm not the only one who's worried either.
Really? Who else?
I saw Miss Woods today. She was so beside herself she came to find me. Told me you used to live in the Cosmos Space Center. No wonder you knew so much about the place.
Oh, well, you know, huh? I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
That's alright, but there are some other things I'd like to ask you.
Sure, you can ask me anything. Promise I won't keep any more secrets from you.
Tell me about the day Clay was murdered.
I was actually at the Space Center that day. In the Space Museum.
Right where the culprit fled to? That's not good.
I never could fully tell what happened 7 years ago. But when I saw the center again during the news coverage and the Hat 2 launch, I thought maybe if I went there things would be different this time. That must have taken a lot of courage to face your past like that. I went to the Space Museum that evening before the explosions. That was before the launch pad had been switched. There was a sign that said closed for repairs and they weren't letting anybody in.
Yeah, the director couldn't very well switch the pads if there were people in there.
They snuck in anyways.
Did you want to see the Hat 1 group photo? The one with your mother in it?
I did. What I really want to see is her jacket.
The jacket on display? That was Dr. Sykes?
I should have known it wouldn't be easy to get over such a traumatic experience. The second I saw that jacket, it all came rushing back to me. Everything around me went hazy and I couldn't see. I tried to get out of there somehow. But I guess I passed out. When I came to, I was in the passage behind the rocket. I was in the shadows where people couldn't really see me.
Maybe you got confused and went to the wrong way when you're trying to leave?
How long do you think you were unconscious, Athena? I was out until just noon the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into boarding lounge too. My mind must have still been fuzzy because my memory was vague after that. I don't remember how I got home.
No memory, huh? This is gonna be tough.
Which means, what if I'm the one that killed Clay?
I think that's enough of that, Athena. Let's just talk about something else. So, during the entire incident, she was unconscious at the Space Museum. Of course, I believe her. But will anyone else? What kind of research was Dr. Sykes, your mother, doing?
Machines that could tell people emotions by their tone of voice. And my special ability. Someday when people travel to distant planets, their companions will be robots. So she said she had to be able to understand how the human compassions felt. Wow, robots can understand people! That was just a convenient subject to her research. All she ever did was work, and she never paid any attention to me. Oh, sorry about that. I'm setting up all of that old stuff.
No need to apologize. I guess her home life was complicated. Oh, by the way, Miss Wood said something about you always wearing headphones?
She always wore those big heavy looking headphones that her mother made her for her as part of her research. I had to wear them every time I went out. Oh, I hated them so much, but she wouldn't listen. What were they for? Oh, she gave me an explanation. I don't remember now. It was too difficult for a little kid to understand.
Okay, but let me say this one thing. I don't think your mother only thought of you as some handy subject of her research.
I wouldn't believe that. Just about the only things my mother left me are with Widget and this earring. Oh, it's beautiful. It's made of a piece of a real moon rock she had for research. Maybe she did love me in her own way.
I'm sure of it. I'm really sure she did. Because that's what I want to believe too. Better ask her a little more about her mother's research. I should show her that paper I found in the robotics lab. Hold on, let me switch to the right agent. Hold on.
Oh, the Punko series. You must have gone to the robotics lab.
You seem to really love Punko and Clonso.
Yeah, my mother made them when I grew up around them, you know. Oh, there's one of those cute little robots in this photo too. You pull those bandages? I put those on there. I just found them all around and around. Pretty bad job, huh? I really put my all into it. I hardly lived with Saturn in those days, so I didn't have any human friends besides Junie. I didn't really understand the difference between robots and people back then. I thought that if a robot broke, bandaging it would get better. What a weirdo I was.
It looks like there's something written on the bandages.
Yeah, I wrote stuff like, "Get well soon, Punko." In the end, my mom just put her in the operating table and fixed her in the flash. Oh, that must be the thing I made me move in the robotics lab. I was so impressed what my mom did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix her up if I ever got hurt. It looked just like magic to me, what she could do.
A little girl who grew up around robots. She seems to have some good memories of it. On a different subject, did you hear about the person holding up the Space Center?
Yes, a little. And this person has even taken hostages?
I guess I better spare her the news about Trucy. Well, after some negotiation, we agreed to do a retrial of the case from 7 years ago.
What? You're kidding me. So that means Prosecutor Blackwell might...
Yep, I know he's innocent. I just have to prove it. So wait, did you know him back then?
Yes, he used to come visit my mom a lot. Studied psychology under her and would sometimes ask for advice on his legal case. He was very kind and considerate and straight as an arrow.
Unlike now, where he's more twisted than a basket of snakes.
That's why I took the witness stand during his trial 7 years ago. Please, you have to listen to me! He didn't kill her! His heart screamed that he didn't kill her! I was a fool. How can anyone know what I was talking about?
He heard the whistling of his heart.
We're only 11 then, right? We were very brave just to give testimony.
Pearls is right. He did the very best he could at the time.
But nothing I said did any good. I was a shaken and scared little girl. Small and ineffectual. Even after I went to live with my relatives in Europe, I stayed close up to my shell. But you're different now. You're always so bright and cheerful. Thanks. It's because one day I came to realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and I studied hard. I want to become the strongest lawyer I could be. I wanted to say Simon, but I had no idea how. But I met Mr. Wright, and thanks to him, I realized that if I could become a lawyer, I could prove that Simon was innocent. I also realized that psychology could help me do this. I mean, psychology was my mother's specialty, and I studied it. I felt like she was there with me, supporting me.
It doesn't seem like Athena knows. The prosecutor Blackwell is due to be executed tomorrow.
I wanted to prove Simon's innocence personally. I wanted to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out here and go save him.
Come to think of it, she said something like that during Athena's Legal Academy trial. She mentioned there was somebody she wanted to save. She must have been talking about Prosecutor Blackwell.
I heard some prison guards say that you had an interview with Simon. How was he? What did he say?
No, I can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? He was doing well. He was happy about the possibility of being proven innocent.
He was? I wonder if he smiled, like he used to, back then.
If I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial, I don't think Athena would ever forgive me. I just have to free him. Failure is not an option here.
Oh, I thought I might be fighting here, Mr. Lawyer. We're in trouble.
We are? What is it?
I couldn't find a single open courtroom. They're all in session.
I know, but this is an emergency.
It's very difficult to interrupt the trial when it's underway.
My phone. It's from Trucy. I told you I'd give you 1 hour. I guess it's time to pick one of those hostages.
No, wait, we still have a little more time. Besides, all of the courtroom's being used right now.
Make all the excuses you want, but you won't get any more time. Your daughter is first. The poor thing. She's a little too young to die, don't you think?
No! Don't you dare hurt her! There has to be something I can do. The cruelness and justice about to befall us.
No, this can't be happening. It's Maya. Help us.
Wait a minute. Maya?
I read somewhere that you're holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom. You must have been really doing something like the weirdest part of a course with you.
A courtroom? Blew up? That's it. There is a courtroom we can use after all. Okay, time's up. Too bad. Any last words you'd like to say to her?
Hold
Aura, please don't add to the crimes you already committed. Oh, you know who I am, don't you? It wasn't like I was trying to keep it a secret anyways. We're ready to stand the trial. We can hold it on the ruins of courtroom number 4, the one blown up by the bomber.
Oh, what a wonderful idea, Mr. Moon.
Oh, I never would have thought of that. An astonishing trial for an astonishing location. I guess it's all the beginning. I'll go get the place ready up right away.
You didn't exactly pick the place for an astonishing factor. How about it? Are you ready to have your brother's innocence proven?
My brother?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did I forget to mention?
It's not something you'll be defending. What? Not Prosecutor Blackwell?
I indict Athena Sykes on the charges of murdering her own mother. You'll be defending the little princess there, the one behind the glass.
What?
See you in the mountains of rubble you've chosen for our courtroom, Mr. Wright. What is she talking about, Athena? Of course. Why did it never occur to me before? Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent. Somebody else had to be the true culprit. Did I kill my own mother? No! No!
Oh no.
No way! It can't be true! Mr. Nick, what's the matter?
I see 5 black cyclops.
I've seen these kind of locks before. Dark, black locks pretending the secret hidden deep inside the person's heart. And there's no way to remove them. Hoo boy. Okay. And with that, that's gonna be it. We'll be doing the trial in the next stream. But for now, this is Robin Phoenix signing off. Peace.